There are modes in Battlefield 6 I absolutely love playing. Breakthrough, Rush, Conquest. These are probably my 3 favorite modes in the game, possibly the franchise. And there's a myriad of reasons why, but my biggest reason is its simplified goal: to capture. It's pretty straightforward, right? I mean, all modes are pretty simple in regards to the objectives, but those 3 seem to me to be the most simple. Run in, take a capture point, or destroy the MCOMs, and then move on to the next target. Shenanigans and debauchery are always afoot, and matches can be extremely fun and frustrating at the same time. And some maps are perfect for all 3 of my favorite modes. Contaminated, so far, seems perfect for my favorite modes compared to other maps. It's why Contaminated made its way to the top of my favorites list, as it handles Rush, Breakthrough, and Conquest pretty perfectly, for me. But there's one mode I am not a super fan of, but a lot of players love very much. One mode that frustrates me beyond belief.
I got you. I got you.
Attack support needed on the marked objective.
Come on.
Okay, so let's establish the board here. I'm what the kids call a casual. And no, even though it's often used as a slur, I don't mind. I'm very well aware of my skill levels and not ashamed of them, no matter how much the tryhards demand I should be. Skill issue, bro. You suck, dude. You should go to bed, old man. Yeah, your mom, motherfucker. I do not concern myself with skill gaps, skill-based matchmaking, or my KD ratio. I'm here to play. Now, walk with me here. I'm going to drop intel that a lot of players may already know, so reference the timestamp in the description to skip past the debrief if you don't want to hear the recap. Okay. Conquest, arguably the foundational game mode for Battlefield 6, is probably the most popular mode overall in terms of the franchise. As I've said, it's pretty straightforward. You take capture points, you kill players to bleed their respawn tickets, revive your teammates to prevent your team's tickets bleed, and recapture points that opposition took away from you. If you control the majority of the map consistently, you bleed the opposing team's respawn points faster, speeding up the game. The winner's the one who has respawn tickets left, the losing side ran out. Pretty simple, right? In most cases, Conquest mode takes the longest to complete, especially if it's a large map like Contaminated. Rush, well, put simply, you either attack or defend MCOMs. The MCOMs are the primary target. Destructible objectives the attacking team have to approach, interact with to plant a C4 explosive on, and defend the timer so it can blow up. If you're the defender, you have to either keep the attacking team from planting that C4, or disarm it if they were able to plant one. You bleed respawn tickets if you die. In order to secure the sector as an attacker, you gotta destroy all the MCOMs in that area before moving on to the next sector. If you're defending, you gotta protect those MCOMs and bleed the respawn tickets to maintain the sector. Rush hasn't been around as long as Conquest. I believe Rush was introduced in Bad Company 2 and has been in every title since. And Breakthrough? This is the mode you most see often in my footage. I do a lot of testing things in casual Breakthrough or grind out attachments. Seems as good as any mode to do that in. Anyway, Breakthrough is a combination of Conquest, Assault, and Rush. There's no MCOMs, but capture points. Once a capture point is taken, the sector is lost and the defending team needs to retreat to the next sector. Successfully retreating after the sector has been captured refills the defending team's ammo and health and grants experience rewards. At the same time, the attacking team needs to clear the capture sector of the retreating team before being granted the go to hit the next sector. The retreating team become permanently spotted until they are either killed or make it to the next sector before the timer runs out. If the capture sector is not cleared within the short amount of time, I think it's usually around 30 seconds, the game moves on regardless. Anyone still in the capture sector when the timer runs out is considered out of bounds and immediately killed by the game, causing you to lose a respawn ticket. And again, bleed tickets. So once a sector is captured, it stays captured. You win by either bleeding the attacking team's respawn tickets or capturing all sectors. Yeah, pretty straightforward. So when I log on and fire up the game, I more often than not jump into these three modes almost immediately. And there are other modes I hop into from time to time. A few of my Discord members love Gauntlet, so when they ask if I want to join, I happily do so. A few others like the BR, and again, when invited, I hop on. And the solo testing for the BR interests me a little bit. I had been wondering if this was ever going to be a thing in the BR by having the option of a classic approach, going in solo. And I've spoken with a few players that have been hoping for this. And if you go to the link, which I'll include in the video description, there's something interesting here. Something is a new current example of something I've mentioned before. And going forward, I'm going to screenshot things like this every time I see it. Okay, so this is the segment of the solo testing for the BR under Battle Royale Solos testing coming to latest update. You've been asking for a way to drop into Battle Royale solo. No squad mates, no backup, just you. During the weekend of March 6th through the 9th, which is this weekend, we're introducing BR solos inside a new Battlefield Labs section within the live game, available to all players. Battlefield Labs can take different forms depending on what we're testing. For BR solos, having a Battlefield Labs section in the live game allows us to evaluate the experience at scale with as many players as possible. Our goals are to gather feedback and assess how RedSec's pacing, balance, and tension hold up to the true one versus everyone format. This mode is experimental and subject to change. After your matches, you'll be able to share your thoughts through a survey that's accessible from the main menu. You could also discuss the mode in our official Battlefield Discord, where you could connect with other players and share your thoughts. Feedback and surveys. Interesting. Now, from the Battlefield Discord, we've been closely reading your feedback from the first days of the season and want to take a moment to acknowledge some of the initial reactions we've seen, while also looking ahead at what's planned for the next phase of Season 2 and beyond. They continue with, we've seen a lot of positive reactions to Contaminated. Many of you have called out the sandbox variety, flanking routes, and vehicle interplay as some of the best experiences you've had so far in Battlefield 6. The feedback is incredibly encouraging, and we can't wait to deliver even more. Combat flow is a crucial part of every Battlefield 6 map, and Contaminated is no exception. Based on feedback, we expanded the available airspace to give pilots more room to maneuver while keeping ground combat readable and balanced. Interesting. Multiple times the word feedback was used. And there's a certain someone out there, if they're still watching after our back and forth, just know every time I see feedback in an official post, I'm going to take a screenshot of it and insert them for you. Don't you worry, my dude. Okay, now, the mode you have all been waiting for. Escalation. This is probably my least favorite mode, more so than Team Deathmatch. Now, the mode itself isn't broken or bad to me. No, see, being a casual player at my skill level, Escalation can be a bitch. And it's a bitch to me right now. Basically, Escalation is the hybrid of Conquest and Breakthrough. The number of objectives reduces as the battle progresses. If you hold a certain sector of capture points for a specific time, then the capture points disappear, gaining territory. this tends to shift combat areas and strategies. And the smaller the map gets, the more intense and chaotic things get. Vehicle availability becomes more frequent as well. So the overall goal here is to capture and hold multiple areas within the two territories. It totals 32 players between the two teams. You start at your typical HQ sides, just like Conquest, and go forth to capture the points between the two HQ sectors. And you capture and recapture. The key is to hold those points and controlling them. Progress is made when the taken area's progress meter is filled at the top of the screen. The team that takes 3 territories wins. The trick here is that every time a territory is taken, the capture points within, closest to the HQ, is removed from the map. So the objective areas are smaller and smaller, funneling everyone into a tighter area. Basically, the entire map layout resets, shrinks, after each point scored. Now, a stalemate can happen, but so far I've seen it twice. So I have no idea how often it happens. Basically, it's if neither side controls a majority of the capture points, or both sides hold the same amount, a stalemate happens. During that time, each side earns progression points towards their meter at the same rate. To break the stalemate, one side or the other has to take more capture points, or when a side's progression meter is filled. Now, there's no respawn ticket bleed here, as you have unlimited number of lives, but a slight respawn delay happens when you're eliminated. So yeah, revives are tactical here if you want to shave off some time preventing takeovers. Pretty simple, right? Mechanically, we're smashing together two modes, but the overall goal is the same: take, capture, and hold territory. Okay, so I don't do well in this mode. I get invited to join by others in my Discord when they want to play Escalation. And I happily join, but I do roll my eyes a little bit when they want to play it. Now, no, I don't back out. I'm willing, if begrudgingly, join. Right now, the mode is extremely frustrating. It's a skill issue. You know, my KD is utter trash when I am knee deep in it, so I'm not having a ton of fun. But that's fine. See, for me, if I find an element of a game more challenging than I expect, I pivot. I change things up. I learn. Now, like I said, the mode itself is not the challenge I'm facing here. It's the players I play against. The skill issue I just mentioned. I've got players jumping out of bushes, hitting me from some weird-ass places on the map, beaming me in the face coming out of my own HQ. And yeah, it gets old. Fast. I feel I have two choices here, though. Quit the mode and go back to Rush, Breakthrough, or Conquest and never darken Escalation's door ever again. Or keep trudging through the mode. I mean, I still get XP for just showing up and sticking with the match until it concludes, even if I die 900 times. Those points add towards my progression, but mostly XP. But yeah, right now, I suck at Escalation. I opt to continue trudging through the mode. It's the only way to fix the KD problem, my skill level, and my fun level. It's challenging to me mostly because it's not a mode I rarely mess around in. Being familiar with the map is one thing, but that takes me only so far. No, if I'm to improve, I need to keep going. Stick with my squad for starters. Don't go off by myself. That's the fastest way to get creamed up in here. Communication has always been an important factor in the game, but it seems to be really important in Escalation. Use my gadgets more, especially the beacon in Assault. Learn to hide the beacon's placement would be a way to help me improve my game too. Someplace inconspicuous. Now, trying to force a stalemate might be handy too. This situation has potential to spread out the opposing team's resources and thinning them out more than they would like. If I'm in a squad and we already have an assault, a support, and an engineer, maybe choose the recon class to even things out. But when the map size starts getting smaller, I may need to change my class to adjust for the shrinking of the AOE. And lastly, get good. So right now, while I learn improving myself, I should worry less about speed, little bird hunting as a focus, points and such, and zero in on map layout, positioning, best class to work with, map adjustments when sectors are gained or lost, taking my time, keeping my head down, try to avoid death. It's not clip-worthy. It's not pretty, and it's very slow. And that's fine, because I want to improve. So I need to approach this differently than I would the other modes I'm comfortable with. Do I expect to ever reach godhood in this mode? Hell, even the game overall? Oh, hells no. I'm a casual, remember? I'm not interested in prestige, status, or stats. I'm interested in having fun and being useful to my squad and team. That, and I want your dog tags. There's a ton of activities to do in this game. Drip feed content rage be damned. A slew of modes, the campaign, the BR, gauntlet, and games within those games. Escalation right now is not my favorite simply because I'm just bad at it. But I'm all about the fun, right? Sometimes to enjoy things, you gotta learn things first. Right now, I need to learn how to get better in this mode. I'm also aware that once I do get better at it, I'll have a slight learning curve in the mode on other maps, but the way I see it is this. If I could get the basics of the mode down, it just boils down to integrating it into the map, and the rest follows. This should make adjusting so much easier. As the channel and Discord continue to grow, I need to be more flexible in hopping on and jamming with platoon members. If players want to run Gauntlet, let's go. If they want to chill and run some casual breakthrough, I gotcha. If they want to run the BR, solo or otherwise, let me grab my gear. If they want to run Escalation, and it's their most favorite of favorites modes, alright, hang on a second, let me grab some Icy Hot. Now, if I'm being honest, I do like challenges. They get me out of my comfort zone. Everyone gets to a point of complacency. And I don't want to get there. If I become complacent, I get bored, and I stop playing. If I don't run these modes, I can't cover them without major research paper vibes with very little on the ground experience, and how's that fair for those of you who want to know more about something in the game? This does then make me look at the other two things I don't normally do. Flying and Team Deathmatch. So yay! More videos about sections I suck at. I'm very much comfortable in liking my casual player status though, even when it tends to offend sweats and tryhards. What I'm not down with is my own eye rolling when I'm invited to play a mode I don't often touch and know I'm bad at. And I need to change that. So, videos about escalation, flying, and team deathmatches? My 3 least favorite things to do in this game. I'll treat them like video journals to document the progression. So, be prepared to see montages of stupid deaths, shit I should have seen before I got blown up, me not remembering to walk, and running into a stupid claymore out of nowhere. Like, why the fuck is that even here? Of all the goddamn places in this map, who the fuck put you here? You're probably going to see a lot of this pop up for a while. My most favorite smiley emoji ever, whenever I drop these vlog-style journal videos until I get the hang of things and get better. Okay, so Hannibal, why this kind of video? Why purposely show a progression series in a mode you admit you're bad at? Well, simply put, Escalation is my weakest mode as a casual player. And I know there's several of my subs who also play casually. And after several discussions, I know there's some of them that have admitted they don't do well on certain modes compared to others. So I figured it would be good to admit my own I'm bad at this and get you folks, my hood rats, to join in on the conversation. And for those of you in my little corner of the internet that has that talent of being good at everything in this game, man, join the conversation too. Tips, tricks, things you figured out that may not be so immediately obvious to some of the group.
The enemy has just taken territory.
Lastly, we agreed to the fun. Well, if everyone involved isn't having fun because of the mode they don't like, especially if they try it and get stomped, well, we could work on that, can't we? So yeah, we're going to see where this goes. See if we can get some folks up and running in the modes they want help with. And we're going to docu-series my own God, I hate this mode experience and see if we can turn that around. Now, if there is a mode you can't stand, I want to hear about it. I know some don't like the BR, which is fine, but I would like those who are not down with it to tell me if it's because BRs aren't your thing, or there's something in the BR that messes you up.
I'm hit! Medic!
Lastly, I did get some feedback, there's that word again, of some things some of you wanted me to cover. I am working on them, just getting the time to get the footage recorded for you, so I'll be dropping those pretty soon.
Fuck!
I haven't forgotten about you.
Medic!
Well, that's about it for today. Remember, new spotlight for veteran support groups is up and running in the video description. You can find it at the bottom. Check them out, see if it's something you'd like to support.
I'm hit!
And until the next one, out.
We took back the objective.